In Islam, usury or riba is prohibited. Thus, the bank purchases the property and resells it to the buyer at a profit to avoid lending money and charging interest for the loan. This practice is known as an Islamic home loan. Therefore, Mr. and Mrs. Nue are looking to obtain this form of loan from Welcome Bank for the purchase of the property at Green World Resort. As Welcome Bank's solicitors, these are the procedures for an Islamic home loan subsale. Step 1. Purchasers must make an application to Welcome Bank, WB, for a facility under the Islamic Home Financing. Upon approval, WBB will send an offer letter to the purchaser and copies of it to the purchaser's solicitors and WBS. The letter would contain principal terms and conditions of the loan. Step 3. If the purchasers accept the offer, they are obligated to notify the bank of their acceptance. Step 4. The bank will then instruct its solicitors to prepare documents in respect of the facility agreement, including the original SPA and a copy of the purchaser's passports. Step 5. The solicitors will send the purchasers a letter to execute a loan agreement cum assignment, LACA, and the power of attorney, POA, in favor of the bank. WBS will carry out compulsory searches, including search on a master title, a bankruptcy search, and an identity search. WBS will proceed to prepare documents including property purchase agreement, the property sale agreement, the deed of assignment, and statutory declaration on bankruptcy. Step 8. When the facility sum has been granted, WBS must notify the PS and seek for the confirmation of the execution of the DOA between the vendor and the purchaser. Subsequently, WBS will also seek an undertaking from the PS to forward the following documents. Step 10. The PS will write to inform WBS that the DOA has been executed and that the PS will make the required undertaking. Step 11. WBS will write to the VS to inquire whether the differential sum has been paid by the purchasers, and for the name and address of the chargee bank to which the property is currently assigned to. VS will write to Home Bank HB to inform them that the purchasers have obtained a loan from WB. This will require HB to forward an undertaking to deliver the executed receipt and reassignment, R&R, where failure to do so will result in a refund of the redemption sum. VS will send a letter in reply to WBS to ensure WBS that he will forward the redemption sum and letter of undertaking upon receipt. Upon receipt from HB, the VS will forward the redemption statement and undertaking from HB and the letter of undertaking from the vendor to WB. Once these documents are forwarded to WB, WB is advised to release the redemption sum. Step 16. WBS will lodge a private caveat in favor of WB. HB will proceed to execute the R&R and will forward the original documents to the VS. VS will stamp the deed of R&R, revoke the POA clause in the High Court, and forward the deed of R&R with all the original documents to WBS. WB will be requested to release the balance facility sum to PS in favor of VS as the stakeholder. WBS will file in Borang I with the registrar to update the ownership of the property to ensure that the property will later be registered under the name of the purchasers.